ladies and gentlemen, predictions, and welcome back to another edition of Deep Into the Heart of Wrestling. My name is Mike Larkin. Joining me, as always, with his backwards hat, looking like he just came from Hot Topic, look like he's about to go to the Warped Tour, the one, the only Roberto Davis. Roberto, how you doing?
Hi, Mike.
Hey.
Ready for double predictions, double nonsense, double demoness over here. Come to crest, take your soul, put you in a hole. We're ready.
It's like we're like Chris Brown in here. It's like we waited our whole life for this one night to double up on the predictions. As we only got
Bad Chris Brown. Saying this right now. Bad Chris Brown.
Did they let him out?
Did they let him out?
Yeah, he's been released. Yeah,
They
did.
Okay.
I was like, what the fuck?
Well, you know why they let him out, right? Because they wanted to see he can run it. He can run it. So Chris Brown aside,
I like Chris Brown. I like Chris
him
Brown.
too. I do. No Diddy though. Let's put that first one.
No.
Yes,
no Diddy.
No Diddy.
No Diddy. Chris Brown. You right.
No yeet.
No yeet.
No yeet.
So with that being said, as Robert said, it is the demoness come to caress. Take your soul, put you in her hole. She's a demoness. But today, she's not the demoness. She is now known, after a light of recent events, the TikTok banner herself, Miss Nicola McDonald. Nicola, it's a pleasure. How are you? Stop getting us kicked off of TikTok. Oh, my goodness.
We just don't say his name.
Just don't say his name. He won't disappear.
Oh, sugar. Hi. Hi, Mike. Hi, Rob. Yeah, I know. From now on, Voldemort will be the name I refer to if I refer ever to that name again. I am so sorry. I got bust round again for the same fucking reason.
Well, here's the thing. The terms of service, the TOS for YouTube and TikTok. YouTube is friendly with what you say. TikTok, you got to watch what you say. It's like, for instance, if I was to say the word gay and talking about something, and TikTok, you have to spell why, because you have to be more sensitive when it comes to TikTok. YouTube is more free. TikTok, not so much.
You know, while we're on the subject, I actually appealed the strike, and I don't know. I never checked.
That's what I'm saying. TikTok, y'all gotta stop.
Look, I can put this out. I have not got anything against any sexuality whatsoever. I love gay people, straight people, houses, whatever you go by, pronouns, whatever. Yes. I don't care. I like everybody, but I don't like that name, that person. So I use one word. But I love all gay people, all straight people, all whatever the hell you are.
So who those that know who we're referring to, let's just say he has a Bugatti. So the guy with the Bugatti is someone who we're not a fan of. So the Bugatti man, there you go, Bugatti man. Instead of the Bugatti man, it's the one that we don't talk about.
You know what? TikTok, we're going to kick. I've got to be very careful then because I say a lot of shit and I got away with a lot of it. But him in particular,
who you paying? Who you paying to get us kicked off?
Yeah, you're not. Yeah. You don't worry me, trust me. TikTok.
Hey, that may be your next prime minister. Come on now. You don't want to be on those politics.
They can suck my fucking dick.
What?
And we're not even 5 minutes in.
So with that being said,
because I can't raise and call him what I want to say. We're not getting kicked off this show. No. Promise.
All right. Now, I will say this. We're going to be doing double the predictions because Sunday is NXT Battleground and AEW Double or Nothing. Saturday night's main event is on Saturday, main event Jey Uso versus Logan Paul for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Let's go Jey Uso. I think with it being a TV special, I don't see him losing to Logan Paul. But I will say this. Don't do it. Y'all better not do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Hunter?
I'm looking at you. Don't do it. I don't care how much his social media traction is. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Did you see Gunther talking to him? And he was literally ripping him a new arsehole. And he was like, I fought Pat and he's got more heart than you. I look in your eyes and I see dead.
Yes.
I was like,
I'm just saying, y'all, if we could get a babyface Gunther against Logan Paul, I ain't mad at it. You can sign me up for that all day, every day. I'm cool with it. I mean, that Saturday night's main event should be good. We also got Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre in the cage. We got CM Punk.
Now.
Well, we gotta finish off the feud. We got
fair enough.
We got CM Punk and Sami Zayn against Braun Breaker. And Seth Rollins. We got a matchup that a lot of people were very but it's supposed to be funny. John Cena versus R-Truth. Come on now. Truth is trying to get his childhood hero back to his senses. Come on, Truth. You can do it, R-Truth. We know what's going to happen, but still, come on, R-Truth.
You can do it, Truth.
You can do it, Truth.
You can do it. We believe in you, even though, yeah. I did see something the other day that made me smile and tear up a little bit. Did you see on Instagram, Bray Wyatt's son on his 6th birthday dressed up as the Fiend himself and came out and wow. Sorry, I had to bring that up because obviously it's all our birthdays are amongst this week and next week. So it just hit my heart a little bit and I was like, oh, that's mad. That is so cute. So happy birthday to Bray's little son. I forgot what his name is. Nash, I think it is.
Nash. Yeah, Nash.
Yeah, so happy birthday, Nash. You look awesome. Trust me.
That tug up my
heart. Sorry.
No, you're at my heartstrings too. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff coming up this weekend in professional wrestling. We'll talk more about Saturday night's main event later, but we got a lot of predictions. We're going to go get right into it because, y'all, we got 6 matches on NXT Battleground, and then Tony thus far has 9 matches on Double or Nothing.
10 by the end of the show.
Robert's got the phone to check, hey, is Tony going to add another match?
Is he still banned from Twitter or is he back on Twitter again?
No, he's back on Twitter. He's back on Twitter doing TonyCon things. We'll get to that. So let's start with what's going to make me happy, but I think I will go on a rant when we get to the main event because the IWC, I'm going to say this right now, straight up and down like 6 o'clock. Y'all are a bunch of bitches, but we're going to get to that when we get to the main event. So first off, on the NXT Battleground card, let's start it off like this because, Robert, you know, you and I, we like to do this. We like to put our hands up like this. We're about to talk about the family, huh? It's a grudge match. It is the Don of NXT, Tony D'Angelo against the underboss, Channing Stacks Lorenzo. Let me tell you something. I just went up to Donnie D up the block, and he owed me $20. And you know what happened? The son of a bitch didn't pay me. So you know what I did? I cracked him in the mouth. Get out of here. So we have Tony D against Channing Stacks Lorenzo. You know, here's what happened. Tony D got turned on by Stacks. He got the low blow by Stacks with the matching with Dark State. And then here comes Channing Stacks Lorenzo. He got to the safe house. He hit Tony with the crowbar. Rizzo's in the safe house. Friggin' poor Luca Crucifino got set out in the desert. So we don't know what's going on here, but Channing Stacks Lorenzo wants to be the Don. He wants to be all up in there with the family, with Tony D. But for this particular scenario, y'all, I got to say this. I'm looking forward to it, but this is the start of the feud between these two. So I'm going with Channing Stacks Lorenzo to win. Maybe we're going to go get some cannolis. Maybe we might go get some gelato. Maybe some tiramisu. So with that being said, I'm going with the underboss, Channing Stacks Lorenzo. Roberto, you want some gelato? You want some tiramisu? Maybe some cannolis while we're at it? Huh?
Hey, Mike, you know what I likes to do, but I'm going to go with you as well. The underboss seems to be doing big things, and Tony D just ain't got it right now. I'm going to go with the underboss as well, and you know what? We're going for some gabagool after the match.
Got some gabagool, maybe some chicken parmigiana, huh? Head on down to the Italian restaurant, get you some of that fine wine, that little red wine, if you will. Maybe we'll get some Italian ices afterwards. Head on down the Rouse, huh?
How about that? Huh? Come on.
So, Nicola, come on, Nicola. You got some explaining to do. Who do you want to see win, huh? You go with Channing Stacks. Who you going, huh? Yeah.
Not even 10 minutes in, and we've lost our minds.
Our minds. Mamma mia, tutti frutti, magnifico.
You never had them, my sweets. You never did. That's why we're all so crazy. Everyone's mad here.
We're all mad here.
What? I forgot who I'm meant to go for because I was trying to listen to you two being Italian.
So are you going with the Don of NXT, Tony D'Angelo, or Channing Stacks Lorenzo, the underboss?
Don.
You going with the Don. You want to see Don get his revenge on the underboss, Channing Stacks. Oh, you go with the Tony D, huh? You going with the Don. Who you going with, Nicola? Who you going with, huh?
The Tony D.
You got to put it up here. You go with the Don?
Go with the Don.
All righty.
I'm not saying that out loud. Never mind. Carry on.
I mean, I'm just saying, we're trying to get the Brit over here, huh? With her tea and crumpets, maybe come on over and have ourselves some gelato. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I see we're at an impasse. You know, it's the Bugatti man. He's creeping in here.
The Bugatti man is creeping, huh? Forget about it.
You forget about it.
So Nicola is off on her lonely island, but without the jizz in her pants, huh? And she's going with Tony D while we go with the Stacks, the underboss, over Tony D.
I'm on a boat, motherfucker.
I'm on a boat, motherfucker. What?
Look,
Land, I'm on a boat, motherfucker. Motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's going to be really good, folks. Our Italian aside, I'm looking forward to Tony D.
No, our show's going to be really, really good. That's what he means. Because it is with these two on a lonely island jumping off boats.
We're going to get another goddamn copyright strike for imitating Italian.
Why are we imitating the Italians? I want to go down to the Olive Garden, get me some tiramisu.
Not my fault this time. Every other time.
Somebody put on
Suck
some
my dick.
Two.
Somebody put on some Dean Martin. Everybody loves somebody. Sometimes that's amore.
That's more.
With that being said, yes, I'm looking forward to it just because it's a spotlight for Stacks. Nicolas going Tony D. We're going with that young boy Stacks. Oh my goodness gracious! Do you also realize that his boo is going to be wrestling on Under Siege as Ariana Grace is taking on Tessa Blanchard coming up, man? Oh, I think that already happened.
I hope she beats the ground.
Come on, Ariana. We love you, Ariana.
Let's go, Ariana.
The daughter of Santino Marella, huh? The
Cobra. Do it for your daddy.
For your daddy, the Cobra. Now, with that being said, we're going to go with somebody who does spit some venom here. As our next matchup, we will go with, for the NXT Women's North American Championship, don't let her flexibility and her kindness fool you. She is deadly when it comes into that ring. As it is a rematch, we're going to run it back from last year. The new NXT North American Champion, Sol Ruca, defends against that girl, Kailani Jordan. Now, the last time this happened last year, Kailani was the champion and Sol Ruca was the challenger. Kailani won, as this is the infamous match where everybody's favorite uncle, aka Dave Meltzer, clean your fucking off, Dave, was like,
Dave Meltzer gets that.
Well, you know, it was just a lot of gymnastics routines. Then people like me will go, hey, Dave, what about Will Ospreay? Well, you know, bruv, sell it, bang. So with that being said, Uncle Dave.
I'm not calling one for Dave. He's a tough.
I know they're both gymnastics. They both have like backgrounds in gymnastics, but they work their buns off to where Sol Ruca's become such a hot babyface. Kailani Jordan turning towards the heelish side. She's got a little bit more of a toot now, which I'm enjoying as well. But in this particular scenario, as they pointed out in NXT, the gatekeeper, that is Zarya, you can definitely tell Zarya is making sure that Sol Ruca is the one who is the Women's North American Champion, because you know that turn's coming. We're going to have the implosion of Zaruka, as they're called, and Zarya is going to go against Sol. But right now, I'm saying Sol Ruca retains. It's too early for her to lose. Robert, you go with that girl, Sol Ruca, or you go with that girl, Kailani Jordan?
Yeah, man, I really like Kailani. She's really kind of come into her own. You know, it was kind of a shock because I don't think anybody expected her to win the ladder match last year. But she's really kind of made her place in the women's division right there. But Sol Ruca is just on another level right now. She's been hot for a good while. She definitely deserves to have a decent run with this title, so I'm going Sol Ruca.
Now, before we move on to Nicola, first and foremost, we got to give our shout out to our boy, the big strong boy, Tyler Bate.
Tyler Bate.
My God, Tyler Bate and Sol Ruca. We love you, Tyler Bate. My God, her and Sol Ruca, hell yeah. And Kailani Jordan, of course, is with him, Carmelo Hayes. But Robert, before we get to Nicola, can you give me, because we mentioned Uncle Dave in his dirty office, can you give me a little
had this been in the Tokyo Dome,
this would have been a 5-star banger.
6 stars.
I took the train to Corrigan and it was 15 minutes. So Nicola, are you going with Sol Ruca or Kailani Jordan for the NXT Women's North American title?
He looks like he's stuck in a fish. Say that whatever way you want it. Saruka. There we go. I was waiting for that.
All right, there we go. another one that's really going to highlight the women's division. But we'll go now to another women's match. Well, you know, I still got to clean my office. So we'll go to the next one.
That office is disgusting.
It is. He needs to clean it. His paperwork's everywhere. The edition of the Observer from 1993. So the next women's match that we're going to go to is for the NXT women's match, as it is Stephanie. You're fine. Stephanie Vaquer defends the NXT Women's Championship against Jordynne Grace. My God. Stephanie Vaquer and Jordynne Grace, they showed off their highlight videos of them working out this week. These two, it's going to be an implosion. I've been enjoying the stuff with Jada Parker that she did. I enjoyed the stuff with Julia. Stephanie Vaquer and Roxanne, this woman is the epitome of what this women's division needs to be. Jordynne Grace transferring over from TNA with her run as the Knockouts champion. It's such a meteoric rise in NXT. Oh, it breaks my heart to even pick a winner in this one. But if I had to pick, because she just started her reign, and I think Jordynne's going to be great in the chase, we got to go with that girl, La Primera, Stephanie Vaquer, over that girl, Jordynne Grace. Stick mama pump, but Jordynne Grace, I love you. We're going to switch it up and flip the script, if you will. Nicola McDonald, you going with Stephanie Vaquer or Jordynne Grace for that NXT Women's?
See, I like both. This is hard because Jordynne Grace and TNA I've always been a fan of. And now Stephanie, and I'm like, dude, she's fucking cool. So I'm really stuck on who. You know what? Stephanie, fuck it. St. Lou. Love you, Jordan, but Stephanie this time.
Fuck the world, Stephanie Vaquer. All right, Nicola McDonald. So you, Roberto Davis, deciding factor, Vaquer or Grace?
Just like Nicola, I've been a fan of Jordynne Grace for a while now, but at the same time, I've been a fan of Stephanie since I've seen her many years ago now. So you know, I'm definitely going Stephanie on this one. Just because, you know, I gotta hear Booker T do it.
What you mean when he's actually awake?
Yes, when he's not praying. When he's not praying, as he puts it. Yes, and also just because I like him yet, I'm Vic. Oh my God, Vic! Oh my goodness gracious! But
I saw that earlier. He literally came up and he's like, Booker T asleep again while working. And I was like,
don't do it like that, baby. Oh my goodness gracious. So
I don't blame him. He's on the go all the time. You're gonna be freaking touche, man. You carry on doing it.
Do you think?
So we go from the two women's matches and the Don and the Underboss, and now we're going to move over to some 6-man tag team matchup, as it is the Culling. Brooks Jensen, Nico Vance, and the one and only Shawn Spears with Izzy Dame in their corner. As we know, Izzy Dame is the girlfriend of Juan Braun Breaker. Do it with me now.
He's got that dog in him.
A dog in him, and he's got some rabies. With that being said, we have a 6-man tag.
Sounds like he's on his way to Titty City.
Smother on it. We got the Cullings, Brooks Jensen, Nico Vance, and Shawn Spears against Hank and Tank. Honk! Hank Walker and Tank Ledger and Josh Briggs in a 6-man tag. Wow. Okay. So for those that want to know how this came into fruition, Inamura went back to Pro Wrestling Noah. And what we got to see there is Josh Briggs talking about it's my fault that Inamura is going back over there because he got mad at him that they lost. And then Shawn Spears, with his cultish ways, comes in and talks about, hey, this is not the only person you've abandoned. You had a great way with tag team partners because he used to team with Brooks Jensen, and Brooks Jensen's now in the Culling. And then Hank and Tank's like, hey, man, screw those guys. We're going to be your friends. And then this week on NXT, Shawn Spears beat Josh Briggs. The Culling beats him down. And then out comes Honk! Hank and Tank, the NXT Tag Team Champions, to back them up. So here we are with this 6-man tag. I have to go with the Culling in this one because you have Nico Vance as well as Brooks Jensen, and we have Hank and Tank in there. And I think this is where the Culling gets the win, and then we get a tag title match with the Culling and Hank and Tank, and Josh Briggs takes an L, unfortunately. So I think we're going to continue this story, and I'm going with the Culling to win this 6-man tag as I step off the screen and throw me from the frame like I'm gone, like Method Man and Red Man in 99 to Rockwilder. Robert Davis, are you going with the Culling, or are you going with Hank and Tank, Honk, and Josh Briggs?
You know what? I think I'm going to go with the Culling as well. Hopefully he let the cat out because the cat's out of the bag. You know, typical Mike. Oh, there he's back.
You
But
can't poke him.
yeah.
First of all, I just would like to state that was not the cat on this one. As I did the motorboat with the rabies, I'm not going to lie. I've been having the sniffles. A little snottage came out. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm so hard. I got snot coming out my nose. So, Robert, go ahead. I digress.
That's true. Smothering. But yeah, I'm going with the calling on this one because I think you put it perfectly. This is going to set up a tag title match somewhere down the line. And just kind of an afterthought. I mean, not even an afterthought, maybe a before thought. Shawn Spears as a faction leader in this whole dynamic. Who would have thought? It's not bad.
It's working.
It's working. I'm kind of surprised.
And Izzy Dame in the faction too. Also, they found herself with what she's doing. Nico Vance is a brick shithouse, and Brooks Jensen has some more depth to his character. So I mean, it's definitely interesting. I hope when the time comes that they do move them all up to the main roster at the same time, and they actually do something with them, because as we know, with the spooky characters, the main roster does not do well, and it's bullshit because they can do so much and they do nothing. I mean, Nicola, what do you have to say about that? What do you have to say? Are you going with the culling, or are you going with Hong Kong, Tank, and Josh Briggs?
I'm going with the culling. Or whatever, yeah.
The culling.
The cult, whatever. Yeah.
The culling.
The spooky people.
The people like us. No, I agree with you. They do. They've got a habit of when spooky characters appear, they don't know what to do with them. And they are the most easiest things to do things with. You know? I mean, I'm not saying, no, I'm saying it because obviously I'm crazy and deluded, whatever, but it is, you can do so many things with spooky things. And it's an endless thing. And for some reason, you will squash it. Start fucking opening up to the darkness.
Well,
that's what we do.
Let's see what Alexa Bliss does with Charlotte Flair now, since we're on that topic. Let's see what she does.
I predicted that when she came back. I said that 4 shows ago. I then wear a t-shirt, she appears again. Now all they've got to do is get a white 6 and hopefully they fucking appear too.
So we're all in
Where are you at, Uncle?
Where are you at, Uncle?
We know you're here, Uncle Hattie. Come
I
on.
know where he was a couple of days ago because he was on Instagram and with his nephew. But other than that,
so
bless him, mad love to vote down. So Uncle Hattie, but come back, you
please come back, you fucker, please.
This Grande Americano. He looks like Chad Gable. We know you killed Chad Gable already. Can you kill this motherfucker too?
Grande Americano. It's not Chad Gable.
He's been fucking with Penta, and it's not cool.
It's not cool. So
I'm not getting with Penta. Leave Penta alone, chat. I mean, whatever the fuck your name is.
El Grande Americano.
He's not Chad Gable.
So
every time I hear that, I just sit there going, "You are fucking stupid."
So we are all in agreement with the spooky people, as we are now dubbing them, the culling, over Hank and Tank and Josh Briggs. We move on to 2 more matches. See, we're flying by the seat of our pants with this NXT Battleground because we only got 2 more matches. Let's go to the historic bout. As for the first time ever on an NXT PLE, the TNA World Heavyweight Championship is on the line. Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. Defends the TNA World Heavyweight Championship against Trick Williams. Oh my God! So we had ourselves a rap performance this week, calling him an average Joe by Trick Williams. Joe Hendry then did a thing where he said he's Carmelo Hayes' bitch, and it was hilarious! And then Joe Hendry laid him out on NXT. I'm going to tell you right now, they teased it. I kind of want to see it. Trick Williams winning that TNA World Heavyweight Championship, and NXT Superstar with that TNA World Heavyweight Championship. But I got to tell you, if we get it at a TNA pay-per-view where he wins it at Slammiversary, I ain't mad at it either. But I got to tell you right now, if we're going to continue this, I got to go with that boy Joe Hendry to retain the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. I'm going to blow my nose because more snot just came out. I apologize, y'all. Robert Davis, Joe Hendry, Trick Williams. Hit it!
So, just like Mike elegantly put it,
what is it?
we've got this pretty unique situation for NXT in having a TNA World Champion, main event or whatever. As cool as I think it would be for Trick to win the TNA World Title, and I don't think it's out of the question. I got to go Joe Hendry as well, because I think he's having a hell of a run. Like, and to think this all started a couple years ago with the fucking song. That song has just done this man wonders. It's going to get him a WWE contract eventually, and he's going to do Joe Hendry things. So,
if you would have told me in 2018 that the guy who came in who teamed with Grado and Katarina,
That's my mind. I was literally about to say that.
who was feuding with the Daisy Hit Squad and singing songs like Platonic Love and then talking about bros before hoes. That Joe Hendry with Grado would be this multi-superstar wrestling Randy Orton at WrestleMania and being the TNA World Champion and all this. I would have told you were out your goddamn mind.
Who would have fucking thought?
Who would have thought? Who'd have thunk?
Never in a million years.
Yeah, but no, I'm in agreement with Joe Hendry. And I mean, y'all, it's just going to continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Nicola, are you going with Joe Hendry to retain the TNA World Title, or are you going with new champion Trick Williams? What's that trick?
Oh, hell no. I'm going with Hendry. Say his name and he appears. Like you just said, I was literally thinking the same thing. I was going to say the exact same thing. Who'd think that from Grado and that to now, WWE should have offered him a contract as soon as he went against Randy Orton. That's my personal opinion on that. Because he has come so far and he's going to go even further. So, yeah, 100%.
And this is
Huge.
this is our first view to the IWC because they still keep talking about it. And when you know, man, and he was at WrestleMania and they only wrestled for 3 minutes. I'm like, first of all, he got a WrestleMania moment against Randy Orton. So shut your punk ass mouth. Because he got a friggin' moment. And a TNA with the World Heavyweight Champion of TNA wrestled at WrestleMania. So shut the fuck up.
Look what he did with those 3 minutes.
Look what he did with those 3 minutes.
Yeah.
That's all he
exactly.
needed.
And the rant continues 3 minutes. The rant's going to continue because we're at the main event of NXT Battleground. I don't want to hear, oh God, who is this jobber? Oh, they're going to only giving him the title shot because he's deaf, and they're only doing it to give him like a piece. First of all, Miles Bourne is shut the fuck up. And as our main event, it is Oba Femi defending the NXT World Heavyweight Championship against Miles Bourne. This is not like a petty thing because the kid's deaf. Let me tell you something right now. They've been building this story for weeks. Miles Bourne literally said, and he helps Javon Evans against Dark State. Charlie Dempsey was not happy that he did that. So what happened? They go to the Battle Royal, and he's like, okay, no quarter catch crew, we're going to work together. And Miles Bourne's like, nah, it's every man for himself. I want to win the Battle Royal. So what does he do? He drop kicks Ethan Page, drop kicks Sean Spears. He wins the Battle Royal, and Charlie Dempsey's like, hey, why don't you give me that title shot? He's like, no, this is my title shot. And then he goes, but it's Oba Femi, he's going to kill you. And he goes, all right, you want to see how you can do? Go ahead, Charlie, you face Oba Femi. And then Ethan Page comes out. Okay, why don't you face Ethan Page then, Miles? All right. Miles beats Ethan Page, and he cuts 2 of the best promos. I'm doing this for the kids with disabilities. I said, don't look at me for my ability, not my disability. He's talking about the nurses doubted me, the doctors doubted me, my own coaches doubted me. I'm doing this for the parents who feel like their children don't fit in. He cut these 2 emotional promos that people actually legit cried. There were people in the friggin' PC crying because this kid got to their heartstrings. It emotionally invested them for weeks. And then we saw Jasper Troy, who just won LFG on A&E, take out Oba Femi. And now that also we saw Miles help him up with his friggin' hand, and Oba Femi didn't want it. So now you're solidifying, is Oba Femi going to face Jasper Troy, the Battle of the Monsters, or is Miles Bourne somehow going to throw a Hail Mary and win and become the underdog and shock the world and become the NXT champion? You have story here, and people are invested in Miles Bourne, not just because of the fact that, yes, he has a disability and people can relate, but also the fact that he's really good at what he does, and it's somebody different. So with that being said, I don't think he's going to win here because I think we're going to have the slow dissension of the no quarter catch crew, and Charlie Dempsey's going to turn on him. But I got to go with that Rula, Oba Femi, because he's been holding his own too. I'm excited. Oba Femi, Miles Bourne. Robert, go.
To kind of piggyback off what Mike said, there's been an emotional investment in this guy for weeks now, and they're building a story, and we've reached the climactic ending of that. Well, hopefully it's not the ending, but we've reached the pinnacle of the story where, we're going to see whether Miles totally just shocks the world or Obafemi keeps his dominant reign going. Personally, I'd love to see Miles win it just so he can rub it in the IWC's face for doubting him and saying all this, absolutely horrid shit about him for the last couple of weeks. Because this kid has gone and proved himself. He cut those promos. It was fantastic. He's really made a name for himself over the last couple of weeks. And if he doesn't win it here, he's going to win it eventually. And he's going to do some really cool things. Plus, he's dating Stephanie Vaquer, apparently. So,
you lucky son of a gun.
Huge W for you, brother. But in terms of this, I'm going to go Obafemi because this man is on an absolute tear right now. And I think Miles will win it, but just not this time.
As long as we get him doing an RKO in the match, I will absolutely pop like hell, like his dad, Randy Orton.
For his dad,
Randy Orton. I mean, that dude is just it's so good, and it's different as opposed to the normal, like the Trick Williams getting the shot, the Ethan Page, and the normal suspects. But you have someone in Miles Bourne that they're truly invested in, and like Robert mentioned, the roller coaster ride, but it's something different, and it's really going to showcase what we get to see out of the upstarts in the future, what's going to represent NXT. And Obafemi's only had a chunk full of matches before he won the North American title, the NXT title, becoming the NXT rookie. Like, I mean, we have so much flourishing here and so many room to blossom. It's going to be sweet. So I ask you now, Nicola McDonald, Demon Lady, let's talk about it. Are you going with Obafemi or are you going with Miles Bourne for that NXT championship?
I'm going with Obafemi, but I can't say anything else that you two haven't already said. You two hopefully said it all. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did, but it's not good. Where did that accent come from? What the hell? Oh, dear. Yeah, Obafemi, but like I said, I don't know what's going on anymore. Yeah, okay. Well, you two said an Obafemi and heartstrings. We've been talking a lot about heartstrings today. Not as evil.
Well, I gotta say,
Yeah.
that is the NXT Battleground predictions. We hope you enjoyed it, and what we gave it a little slice, little taste, little sauce, extra sauce on that, huh? Little marinara, marginara, huh?
Oh, you gave him a taste, you said.
Give him a little taste, huh?
Oh, you gave him a little taste.
A little taste. A little appetite. Come on. Give him a little taste. Come on, Nicola. A little taste. Huh?
A little taste. Give him a little taste.
Huh?
Mozzarella.
Mozzarella. She said mozzarella. Yes. Okay. All we need is some provolone.
From Malone. There you go.
Hey.
That sounds lame. I apologize. I sound lame.
Yeah,
little Parmesan, a little prosciutto.
A little Parmesan.
Hey.
Hey, well, we are up to that point. We're about to get animated up in this bitch. So
no.
We're up to we're going to talk about AEW Double or Nothing now.
I'm moving everything out of the way just in case we have to jump my yacht.
So, May 25th, 2019 was the first ever Double or Nothing from this company. And this week is the 6-year anniversary of this event. I'm going to tell you right now, it's motherfucking night and day, to put it in the bluntest of terms, from what we had from the original to this one. Oh, my Lord. Oh, boy. Yeah, this card. What the actual fuck, number one? And it's just filler matches. It's what it is, and we're gonna get into it. Not that it's bad, but it's just like, how can we invest to what we had in the beginning? Like, for example, the main event of the first Double or Nothing was Chris Jericho versus Kenny Omega, number one contender to face Adam Page for the title. And Jon Moxley makes his debut, and everybody's like, yes, because he came off the Shield run, who are EC 1 and 2, the whole Nia Jax thing, the whole gas mask debacle, the needle and everything that went on there. So it's like, what? What are you looking at me like that for?
The needle in the where? Where'd the needle go?
It's needle in his ass.
Needles in the ass.
What the fuck? Because then we got the other arsehole who's putting needles in someone's mouth. What the fuck? I know I'm demonic, but Jesus.
Yeah.
See, if it's a tattoo needle, that's fine because I got tattoos. So. But no.
Well, again, this is at a time period where Jon Moxley legit was checking out. Like, I'm tired of them making me look stupid. So that was the start of that was the start of this Double or Nothing. We were like, oh my God, Jon Moxley. Now in the year 2025, I'm like, I'm fucking sick of this dude. I'm sick of this fucking group. I am sick of him with this title. I am sick and tired of the neo-Nazisms. I am sick and tired of everything that goes into this group. Can it just friggin' perish and get the fuck out of here? Because, my God, I'm tired of seeing your bald ass talk about this ain't your company anymore. Fuck to the left. Fuck to the right. Spin around. Go fuck yourself tonight. Like, I am tired of each and every one of these things. That's the difference that 6 years makes. And then you have Dustin. We're going to get to the matches, but then you have Dustin Rhodes on here in a match that just came out of mothballs, when in the first Double or Nothing it was, I don't need a friend. I don't need a tag team partner. I need my brother. It's one of the most emotional roller coaster rides of that pay-per-view, because Cody and Dustin were supposed to wrestle. They wanted at WrestleMania. They didn't get the WrestleMania moment, and then they finally got it here. Everything that went into that match, the story was beautiful. And now he's in a friggin' meaningless tag title match with Sammy Guevara, who we have not seen on TV since Methuselah was alive. And we got Kelly. He was in the first Double or Nothing with Kip Sabian on the pre-show. Times have changed, but my God, this pay-per-view has given me a headache. And at my young age, I got heartburn. I legit got indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea. That's what it is. Somebody get
Pepto-Bismol.
Somebody get me some Pepto. Somebody get me something, because there's a lot of problems that are about to happen right now. And you know what we do? We problems, we solve them. I'll get to her because, goddamn it, Marina Shafir is main eventing a pay-per-view in 2025. I digress. So we're going to start off this fine program with, I don't even know where to start because, good God, this sucks. Let's start with this match because it's a tag team match, and I'm going to get it out of the way because, good God, they saw what they did with Gunther and Pat McAfee, where Pat McAfee had raw meat on his chest. Gunther hit Pat McAfee so hard that friggin' the blood vessels in his eyes popped. They legit popped, and it was excellent.
How do you hit somebody that hard, their eyes pop?
Because it's Gunther. It's the ring general. That's why, Robert. That's why.
You don't fuck with a ring general.
Yes,
you do not.
You don't. And the story.
Unless you're Logan Paul, you're gonna fucking die. But that's not the point.
And we had such a beautiful story there, and Michael Cole got involved, and that match was fantastic.
Awesome.
So Tony Khan says, "Hold my beer or hold my White Claw." As in tag team action, we have FTR against Nigel McGuinness and Daniel Garcia and his bag of dicks. So we got Nigel McGuinness, I'm in it to win it, against Daniel, I get no reaction, Garcia. Stop this fucking theme song. So this match came together, and here's the thing: my Daniel Garcia heat does not have my same heat as Marina Shafir. I think the thing that started with Daniel Garcia, as I was pondering this before we got onto the show, was because I remember when he feuded with Brian Danielson, and then he beats him out of nowhere, which was like, oh my God, what an upset. And this is when he was still with the Jericho Appreciation Society. And then 3 weeks later, I know, and then 3 weeks later, Daniel Bryan's like, you're a wrestler. You're not a sports entertainer. And then Chris Jericho's like, if you're really loyal to me, then you should face Bryan Danielson, who 3 weeks ago, mind you, Daniel Garcia hated him. But then he friggin' starts crying. Chris, you want me to face my favorite wrestler? What? You just hated him 3 weeks ago. Are you fucking kidding me right now? So that type of stuff really angered me to a point where it's just like the logic goes thrown out the window and it makes no fucking sense. So when I think of Daniel Garcia, I think it makes no fucking sense. This guy literally, no reaction. Nobody gives a rat's ass. I don't even give 2 squirts of piss. And I'm saying piss, up in this bitch. And I mean, I look at it from his stance too as well. He has probably had one of the worst TNT title runs ever, unlike the douche of the jungle. Douche of the jungle. He is all elite. Watch out for that tree. So with that being said, and this particular matchup, it comes about because Tony Schiavone is going to get the spike pile driver, which they've done to the Rock and Roll Express and friggin' Cool Hand Ange and just Daddy Magic and whatnot. And Daniel Garcia's like, why are you taking out my boys? And then FTR turned on Daniel Garcia, and that's where we are now. And then Nigel gets involved to help Tony. And then Nigel's like, I'm not a wrestler anymore. I'm not going to fight you. And then he can't take no more because Daniel Garcia's like, Nigel, I respect you. you're great. Why don't you be my tag team partner? And I just like, well, damn it, Daniel Garcia, you done got me into this, so I'm going to get myself in the ring. So now we got FTR against Nigel McGuinness and Daniel Garcia. And
Nigel.
And I love Nigel McGuinness. He is one of my favorite professional wrestlers. I have followed his career through Ring of Honor, through his run.
I said that for a while. I'm not said that for ages.
Through his run as Desmond Wolfe in TNA with Chelsea and teaming with Magnus as a part of the London Brawling. But in this particular scenario, I'm tired of this shit, and I don't want to see Daniel Garcia. I'm getting too old for this shit like Danny Glover and Lethal Weapon. I am picking FTR because it's the right way to go, but I don't want to see Cope at the end of this, because if I see Cope, I'm going to lose all hope. FTR, Nigel McGuinness, Daniel Garcia. FTR for the win. Say yeah. Say no, because, oh, God, I got heartburn right here, and I got indigested, but I don't got the runs. Go ahead, Robert.
Say no to Cope. I mean, I can't say it any better than Mike. I definitely don't hate. I don't hate Danny Garcia as much as Mike does.
Not as a person. The presentation of the character.
Yeah,
he's a lovely young man.
Yeah,
no, he's such
we'll do
it right better. I don't mean to cut you off, but he doesn't even suck dick. He sucks Jaguars. He gets so totally at it. There you go.
That's number 4, and that wasn't even me.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
Go. I'm sorry, Robert. Go.
I think you've only had one this entire time.
Two.
Enough for you to include Mike.
But yeah, so I'm gonna go FTR as well because I think that's the right way to go. Seeing Nigel in the ring, I'll take that in any given situation, even as kind of messy as this one is. It should be fine. But FTR seems to be the way to go. And I will agree with Mike's sentiment. We better not see Cope at the end of this. No Cope.
Reminds me because Moses and them did on Max for the predictions today. And shout out to our boys at the Max Wrestling Podcast. We'll give them a shout out because it's so true. Definitely go follow them. Mo friggin' is on there like
Nigel fucking McGuinness. Is Brian coming back? That's my number one question when this whole thing is happening. Is what the fuck is Nigel doing here? And is Brian coming back?
Like, Brian always said he wasn't retiring completely. He was just retiring from full time. So in theory, he could pop back now and again.
And I just, when I hear Nigel, Brian's right there. It's right there. It's right there. And I understand why it happened, and I know how the story is. Nigel got ahead of himself, and he still thinks he's a wrestler, and blah, 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 blah. But where are we going? You know what I'm saying? Where are we going? I think FTR is going to win.
Yeah.
And I think that leads to Brian being in Texas. In what form or shape, I have no fucking clue.
So, leading to FTR versus Daniel and Brian?
Daniel and Brian. That'd be, you know what? That'd be fucking hilarious. Either that or Nigel. Nigel and Brian teaming together to go against FTR. Something tells me like that. Yes, Daniel Garcia is the young guy who should be getting the push in this whole thing, but I wouldn't be surprised if they try to go old heads versus FTR. And if they did, it's a nostalgia. It's not a nostalgia thing. It's a name thing, and then again, it's happening all in Texas. If it were to happen, which I think could work.
Well, I mean,
so I'm gonna live in fantasy land.
Is this where we see Brian? Like, is this where we're going to get Brian and Nigel, the two veterans, against FTR? And I'm thinking to myself, what does Bryan Danielson have to do with any of this?
No, him neck.
His neck, Mo. And bro, you think this is where Brian comes back? No, Mo, I don't think this is where he comes back. But I think with everything that we saw there, and go check out their predictions as well over on Max, but I look at it from a stance like this too. This is just there, and I mentioned, guys, this is filler. This is fodder. It's like, this does not need to be on here. Like, I would have taken FTR against anybody else than friggin' Nigel McGuinness and Daniel Garcia out of mothballs. I get Daniel Garcia because, they took him out, but still, we got Nigel in here because we just have Pat McAfee on WWE. So Tony's like, well, Pat McAfee can go fuck himself. And that scenario. So FTR. Nicola, are you going FTR? Are you going with Nigel McGuinness? He's in it to win it. And Daniel, no reaction, Garcia.
I'm going FTR, but I had to say fuck Nigel because I've not said that for so long. And every time I hear his name, I go, oh, fuck off, Nigel. The difference is he's British. I can get away with it.
Like I said, one of my favorite moments of Nigel was friggin' Mariah May. Hi, Nigel. Oh, God, I got a kiss. I got a kiss. And then he rolls on the floor. That was funny. I'm not going to lie. That was hilarious. But
He has his moments, but I don't actually mean it in a bad way, like fuck you, Nigel. But yeah, the whole why they've already done it on WWE, so why the fuck, Tony? Seriously, now you're doing it with this?
well, because
Why? Like you said, your rant was enough.
Because he has the Ring of Honor fetish, and I know he loves Ring of Honor and he owns it now. But the problem is, this is not Nigel McGuinness, Ryan Danielson from 2007 when they're headbutting the fuck out of each other. He's older, and I think Nigel's still in great shape. I love Nigel McGuinness. If I hadn't said this
Like
already,
I said, I like Nigel too, and I don't mean fuck you, Nigel, but I just haven't said that because every time we used to watch, all we do is someone go fuck Nigel, and it weren't always me.
it is what it is. But FTR. Now we're gonna go to a tag team match. That was spoiler alert, by the way, as Collision's on tonight. As they announced this on Collision, it is the Paragon, Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong against the Don Callis families, Konosuke Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher. What?
Head,
Like
tiny head, big body.
there you go. I'm looking at this like, what? Because I think they've been going promos against each other on Collision. I'm like, this is a Collision match. Why is this on the card? I love Kyle and I love Roddy, and they have not done jack shit with Adam Cole, baby, as the TNT champion. And now we got the Don Callis family and their leftovers, Konosuke Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher.
I forgot he was the TNT champion.
Right? See?
Fuck.
Who's the TNT champion?
Adam Cole,
Sorry.
baby. Adam Cole, baby.
I was a champ. Didn't know that shit. I didn't even know he was back in wrestling. Never mind.
Oh.
See how bad this is, folks? See how bad this is? You don't even remember because he beat Daniel Garcia for the title.
Yeah.
You don't even remember it.
I probably missed that episode. Actually, I'm more than likely did.
That was on a pay-per-view, by the way.
Yeah, I was on a pay-per-view.
Oh, maybe I missed that pay-per-view. That don't sound right.
No, you were here for a little bit. I think the rain knocked you out. And hell, our Wi-Fi down there is not the best.
No, it's not. Unfortunately, when it starts to rain, it fucks up everything.
So it's going to be
today saying that, but we're good right now.
So it's going to be. So it's
It's sunny there, isn't it?
So it's going to
be. It's sunny there.
Oh, yeah. So it's going to be a good match, but the problem is that no damn sense. Like I don't like it makes no damn sense. So if I'm going to choose, because they're in Strong now, because they got Josh Alexander, they got Trent Beretta and Rocky Romero, Roppongi Vice, they got everybody in this doggone Don Callis family. They got Uncle Lance and Brian Cage, who are being reduced to J-Brones, and it makes me sad. But
Right.
it just. I don't even fucking care. But if I had to pick one, I got to go the Don Callis families, Konosuke Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher. I'm assuming those are the two who are going to be the makeup of that. So Don Callis family over the Paragon, Don't Call Me Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong. All hope is lost. Robert Davis, are you going with the Paragon or are you going with the Don Callis family?
You know the meme where it's the stick figure guy with the stick and he's poking them and he's like, come on, do something?
Yes.
That's kind of what I feel with the Paragon right now, because this is literally the Undisputed Era. We understand and we know the run that these gentlemen had in NXT, and it was monumentally good on all fronts. It's literally the same fucking people. Do something with them. The Undisputed Kingdom, or whatever the hell that wasn't great. And it's unfortunate because Taven and Bennett, I like those guys. Those guys are pretty cool. But you had this potential for something and you did nothing. And granted, Cole was hurt for a while. He's got the cadaver bone in his ankle, the boner taker, as he's called in our chat now. But I'm going to go with the Paragon just because I want to see you do something. So come on, Tony, do something with them, because there's potential here. We know it's there. We know they can do it. So fucking do something.
Do you also realize there was no explanation as why Mike Bennett and Matt Taven are not with them anymore? It's just like, oh, the Kingdom's back on Ring of Honor. Great. That's great.
Are they back I thought they left the company completely, but
I thought so too, but I think they're not the Ring of Honor. I
might be getting them confused with the Righteous, which is another.
All I'm going to say about the Righteous is Karrion Kross. Excuse me, but yeah, no, Karrion Kross. Please. If there's anything that you can do, friggin' Karrion Kross with the Righteous, I'm here for that. I am here for that. But yeah, I'm you Paragon. I'm the Don Callis family. Whatever. Nicola, Paragon or Don Callis family?
Nicola's just like, can they both fucking lose?
Can they both fucking lose?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Both of them, can I just both fucking lose? I really don't care which one wins. Both of them. Yeah, they both fuck off.
Not even Kyle Fletcher.
What, the fucking massive body with his tiny midget head on top of it? It's like Big Baby Boss's head is on top of his body.
All right, so are you gonna go with Baby Boss Fletcher and Takeshita, or are you going with Kyle and Rob?
Yeah, fuck it. I'll go with them two just for the fun of it. Big Boss Baby head.
All right. So Baby Boss Fletcher aside, and the Callis family, I think we're all in agreement. As you can tell, we really don't give a rat's ass about that match.
We no yeet. We don't give a fuck. Nope.
So speaking of a match we don't give a fuck, we do. So as it has been established before we get into this next match, Robert Davis and I, we help people, but in this we help people.
The Help Syndicate.
We help Syndicate. The Help Syndicate. So the next matchup is for the AEW World Tag Team Championships as the Hurt Syndicate. We hurt people. Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin defend the AEW World Tag Team Championships against the Sons of Texas, Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara.
Why?
Sammy Guevara.
So the crew, Action Andretti, who the best way I can describe Action Andretti right now, aka Hydration, is he is the biggest wigger / wanksta I've ever seen in my life, and he's teaming with Leo Rush, and nobody gives a damn about the crew. And they want the tag titles, and then Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara are like, hey there, youngsters, don't be cutting the line. You just cut the line, Dustin! God damn it, are you fucking kidding me right now? You just contradicted yourself in one sentence! And so Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara come out there, and they're like, hey, we want a shot at the... We hurt people. We want a shot at the Hurt Syndicate. And Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara are the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions. And Dustin Rhodes is the Ring of Honor 6-man tag champ with the Von Erichs. Papa Larkin was watching this with me, and he goes, what is that other belt that Dustin Rhodes has? I said, nobody knows, but it's the Ring of Honor 6-man tag title belt. That's what it is. Because nobody fucking showcases this. And all you ever see Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara are on Collision. And this is why this makes no sense, because it's just like, hey, we're going to throw tag teams at the wall and see who sticks, because we got nobody, like a Keith Sweat track back in 96.
Keith Sweat in 96.
96. And nobody gives a damn because it's just out of mothballs. The Ring of Honor Tag Champions are challenging for the AEW World Tag titles, and Dustin Rhodes cuts this promo last night, and I know it was heartfelt, but the problem is Collision got cut off on an hour and a half because of Black Adam. Do you smell what The Rock is cooking? And we never got to see the matchup where Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara won because it got cut off. And yeah, it's a filler match, folks. It's MJF, who's now in the Hurt Syndicate, and oh god, I don't give a damn. Because he wants to be their friend, and you know what it's leading to. It's leading to MJF and Bobby Lashley at All In, and I swear to God, the reason I have not been on board with this storyline because I'm like, they're going to do the goddamn Pinnacle again. It's literally the same shit that we did 4 years ago, but we're not going to say it's the same shit that we did 4 years ago. But I digress. So Hurt Syndicate retains the tag titles over Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara, the Sons of Texas. Even though I love to see them win because they're going to be in Texas for All In, and who better to be the tag champs than the Sons of Texas? But whatever. Hurt Syndicate. We hurt people.
We hurt people.
Are you going with Hurt Syndicate or the Sons of Texas, Dustin Rhodes?
We're definitely going on the Hurt Syndicate because that just seems the only logical answer here. And no disrespect to what Dustin and Sammy are doing, because I'm sure what they are doing is good. They wouldn't be champions if it wasn't. But the only logical thing here seems to be the Hurt Syndicate. And it's sad because AEW was the place for tag team wrestling at one point, and that is sadly not the case anymore. this company had one of the best tag divisions, I think, ever out of all the major companies right now.
Oh, God, yeah.
They were definitely leading the pack, and that is not the case anymore. I think they have an opportunity here, though, with the Hurt Syndicate to kind of reset that and restore what the tag team division was. This is not it, though. Hopefully, the build leading to All in Texas, there is a different story, and we get a legitimate opponent for the tag team champions.
And it's so funny you say that because, like, back in the day during 2019, when you had Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, the Dirty Dogs. Why were they called the Dirty Dogs? I don't know. But then we had AEW, the tag title division, which you had like Pride and Powerful with Santana and Ortiz. You had the Lucha Brothers. You had all these tag teams, and now we got Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara because the Hurt Syndicate needs challengers, and Dustin Rhodes was on the first one.
Remember when the Dark Order was a thing?
When the Dark Order were team? Or the Dark Order.
The House always won.
The House of Black, too.
House of Black.
Which Brody Lee friggin' was in a 6-man tag with the Luchadors, and then Julia Hart loses to Mina. I love Mina. Loses to Mina this week on Dynamite. But yeah, just Julia taking the L's. Brody taking some sort of win, and they're both just losing. Come on, buddy. Come on back, Buddy Murphy. Buddy Matthews. Come on, buddy. But that being said, AEW World Tag Team titles, Nicola Hurt Syndicate or the Sons of Texas?
We hurt people.
We hurt people.
Well, yeah, the We Hurt People. Just go with them, but I hurt people too.
Do you smell bacon?
Do you smell bacon?
Yeah, it's kind of burnt though.
40 minutes, by the way.
I know.
I know.
Okay, so moving on from the tag titles. All right, we're going to go with this one.
Everybody does.
There you go.
40 minutes.
So we're going to get this one out the way now, too, because we mentioned him before we got on air. So we're going to talk about it now. And no godforsaken reason stretcher match. It is Mark Briscoe against Ricochet.
Why are you bald?
Why are you ugly?
I'll get bald to TikTok again.
Bugatti man. Getting us banned.
What can I say about this match?
I mean, I'm sure there's a lot you could say, Michael.
I'm going to say.
He's gonna.
So they only wrestled a couple times, and like now the reason why we're at this godforsaken stretcher match is because Mark Briscoe didn't like the fact that, hey, Ricochet said he's going to pay for Zach Gowen's hospital bill because he beat Zach Gowen, and Nicola had no clue who Zach Gowen was, so we had to explain it. Zach Gowen was a wrestler, and I had his T-shirt when I was a kid. It used to say "Dare to Defy."
Oh,
I know. It was an inspiration. He really is. He was a young man who was 8 years old. Who was 8 years old, who lost his leg to cancer, and the infamous story of the WWE hired the wrong one-legged wrestler, which is still hilarious to this day, which is how he got the job because they hired the wrong one-legged wrestler. He was Tenacious Z for a short time in TNA in the early days.
That?
Yes. And Zach Gowen, his claim to fame was he was the one-legged wrestler who Roddy Piper took off his leg, much like Ricochet did. And then Mr. America, a.k.a. who's not Hulk Hogan, Benjamin Shelton, came out and helped Zach Gowen. And then Zach Gowen wrestled Vince McMahon on Vengeance 2003, and then he busted open. And he busted open Vince McMahon. He wrestled Brock Lesnar, who Brock Lesnar bloodied Zach Gowen in front of his mommy, and then he threw him down the stairs in a wheelchair.
Remember that?
And he had a very short career in WWE. His only real feud where he won was against Matt Hardy, version 1, as we now know, as you'll hear next week on our watch-along episode. Robert really loved the version 1 Mattitude facts. So, yeah, version 1. V1! So that was Zach Gowen, who hasn't been seen in 22 years, and he wrestled Ricochet on Dynamite. It was a very good match, I'm not going to lie. And Ricochet won, and then he took his leg again, and then Mark Briscoe's like, Ricochet, you've been a thorn in my side, and you've been a... Oh, my God, I freaking almost choked that. You've been a thorn in my side and a pain in my ass, so now I'm going to challenge you to a stretcher match. You want to go up against my boy, Zach? Because apparently, I didn't know this, the Briscoes and Zach Gowen were in Ring of Honor together, and they had a close relationship, and I'm like, okay. But you never made any mention of this, but whatever. So now it's a stretcher match, and Ricochet and Mark Briscoe, just because he needs a win, And I really have no desire to see this. And I love Mark Briscoe. I love the Briscoe brothers. The Briscoe brothers are literally celebrating their 25-year anniversary as a tag team.
Wow.
And God rest his soul, Jay Briscoe. But God dang it, man. Like, you have made me not give a damn, and it's an unnecessary stretcher match. So Ricochet, just because he's a heel. Robert, Ricochet, the finger in his hola. Are you going with Mark Briscoe?
Yeah, I'm going with that bad bald man Ricochet. Aha! A little much like you said, I honestly didn't even know why this was a stretcher match because that stipulation seemed to come out of
random as fuck.
Mothballs, as we're gonna work. That's the theme of this AEW predictions. Mothballs. I didn't even know why that was, just because it just seems such like a random ass stipulation. But it is what it is. And personally, I think Ricochet is having the fucking run of his life. It's been fun. It's been interesting. It's everything that the IWC nerds are complaining about. Ricochet's been checking on the boxes. He's got character. He's talking better. He's being a heel. I mean, there was nothing funnier when he was going to put Zach Gowen in the figure 4, and he couldn't do it because the man doesn't have a leg. It was good. I enjoyed it. But I enjoyed Mark Briscoe just as much. He's come off these incredible matches with Kyle Fletcher and his,
Froggy Bow.
Yeah, those matches were fantastic. And just to have him kind of segue into this feud with Ricochet, it's weird as fuck. But hopefully this is like a one and done and they can go their separate ways and do some other shit. But I'm going to go Rick. Oh, shit.
Nice. Okay, so are you going, Nicola, with Ricochet, a.k.a. Timu Bugatti Man, or are you going with Mark Briscoe?
I'm going with Mark Briscoe. I'm not getting as far from TikTok this week.
No. We got one strike against us. We got two more, so.
Yeah, two more, and then we're out.
And they were down, and then they were down, both down to me. Because I called someone a tit. I didn't mention no names, I just said the word tit.
Go fuck yourself. So
that's what I did. Now.
Was that 5?
That was 5. Yeah, that's 5. Sorry. Most of those are me on this one, just because I cannot take this card. And the sickos are probably going to be like, and I'm like, well, book shit that makes sense, and I won't.
So, but yeah, not Voldemort.
All right. So you're going Mark Briscoe. We will be on team, as it is now known. So yeah, Ricochet and Mark Briscoe in a meaningless stretcher match. Forget the days of Andre the Giant and whoever the hell that was, the freaking Killer Khan. And forget the days of Brock Lesnar and the Big Show, where Brock Lesnar put the Big Show on a forklift in that stretcher match. We are now in the days of Ricochet and Mark Briscoe, and good God Almighty. And speaking of good God Almighty, we will go to the next matchup on this card. I'm sure it's going to be a good match, but this is another one that is just filler. Adam Mothballs. He's the Continental Champion, bitch, as Kazuchika Okada defends against Speedball Mike Bailey.
Trust me.
That was great. I like how he trolled the last night. That was funny.
That was funny.
Again, fuck this bitch. Fuck it. Fucking drop it on the ground, Kazuchika Okada. Trust me, bitch. Trust me. What? You okay with
that? Real close about it.
I got a text and
is it a new match? Did Tony text you a new match for this card?
Yeah, it wasn't a new match.
Okay, so
it's this TikTok telling him that Nicholas says that she shouldn't have said again.
Yeah, censored over here, but no. So we have Speedball Mike Bailey challenging Kazuchika Okada for the Continental title. Yeah. So another one, and Adam Mothballs. I know they've been brawling. So, excuse me, Roosh, you mess with the bull, you got the horns. Took out Kevin Knight, and Kevin Knight is still like, I'm gonna wrestle Okada, and he goes back and forth with Okada. Okada wins, then Okada takes out Kevin Knight. And then apparently Kevin Knight and Speedball Mike Bailey are a tag team. And Mike Bailey checks on Kevin Knight And revenge, I say. Mike Bailey wants a shot at Okada. And yeah, did I pretty much spell out why this match is happening?
Yes. Yeah, I think you checked
So,
check all the boxes.
So with that being said, this is another filler match to get to Kenny Omega at All In. So Kazuchika Okada gets the win over Speedball Mike Bailey. Going to be a great match, but another match is just kind of there. So Robert, Okada, Beach, or Speedball Mike Bailey?
100%. This is definitely a filler match, but nonetheless, it's going to be a fantastic match because any time that these two have hooked up so far, and the time that Speedball has been in AEW has been fantastic. So while I do expect this to be a fantastic match, nonetheless, Okada is definitely taking this one, and it's just one step closer to Omega Okada.
We hear that battle cry. That's what
Bitch.
Beach?
Trust me.
Trust me.
Yeah.
So, Nicola, are you going with Okada or Speedball Mike Bailey for the Continental Championship? Beach?
I'm not a bitch. You're a bitch.
I'm not a beach. You're a beach.
You're a bitch. I'm a bitch. We're all bitches.
Kyle Swan is a big fat bitch. She's the biggest bitch in the whole world.
Well, I would have stupid bitch. You're a bitch. You're a bitch. But I know that song word for word. Don't even go there.
Oh,
I
all right.
told it to Ray when I shouldn't have done. So you're tearing over here. He's 16 now, almost 17. So that's all good. Anyway, Okada.
All right, fair enough. We are all on team Beach for Okada to retain. So,
Yeah. I don't really want to do it.
so where to go to next? All right, we will go to our girl next. I think it's another one that's kind of filler. I think we're kind of rushing it a little bit, but goddamn it, I'm loving it. Timeless Toni Storm defends the AEW World Heavyweight Championship for the women against Mina Shirakawa. These two have history. This is a rematch from last year's Forbidden Door where Toni got the win. I knew as soon as we got to the Eliminator when Mina said, Toni Storm, my friend, I'm coming for you. And well, we knew that Mina was going to pin Toni, and it happened. And now we are at this match. Mina has literally just signed with AEW. I don't like the fact that she's going to take a loss here. I think we could have built it for more down the line, but I also think of it as a stance like this. As you know, Azumi, AZM, beat Mina and Mercedes Moné for that NJPW Strong Women's Championship, and I think that's going to lead to more of a Mercedes Moné Mina Shirakawa dynamic, and I think we're eventually going to get at Forbidden Door this year, Mercedes Moné against Azumi for that Strong Women's Championship, and for the love of God, she better not win it back. So with that being said, again, this is another filler match before we get to All In, and we'll get to the Owen Hart Women's Cup Final in a second here, but Toni Storm, I love me some Mina. Ain't nobody better than Mina. We love you, Mina. And thank God she's not using that theme song. Tony's like, this theme song sucks. End of the match, you're going right back to your old one. So Toni Storm over Mina. Roberto, are you going timeless or are you going for that girl Mina?
Man, what a match.
Yep.
I think I agree with you on the front of this being kind of a filler, and it went kind of quick. But again, she just signed with the company, so it makes sense to kind of push her into that number one title spot, winning the Eliminator. Blah blah blah. She said, "I'm coming for you, Tony." But nonetheless, I my hope is this opens the door for Mariah May to come back.
This is what it is.
I mean, if she goes to WWE, I'm fine with it. But can I be honest with you? Do we really need her after that Hollywood ending was perfect, or do we get one last run with her against Mina before she goes? Or what do you think?
I mean, just because I think there's a whole nother story for her that to be told with Mina and Mariah, because there was that whole thing with Mina teaming with Tony in Japan.
True.
And Mariah was kind of out of the blue on that, where she didn't know because Mina suddenly had to go back to Japan. So I think there's definitely more story to be told. If Mariah's going to WWE, fine, whatever, it's cool. But I think there's definitely more story for Mariah and Mina, considering what they went through during the whole Tony Mariah feud as well. Tony's definitely keeping the belt here. I've always said she doesn't need the belt because she's just timeless. But she's definitely holding on to the belt. So,
Nicola, Toni Storm or Mina Shirakawa?
Tony Storm.
Not to be confused with the R&B group Tony. Feels good.
Oh, hell no.
Feels good.
No, don't be
No.
this Tony. They had some jams. Feels
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Anniversary.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what day
I
is?
think it is.
If I heard the song, I know what you're talking about.
Just watch for the shoe.
Just watch for the shoe. So
Yeah, what should we do? But yeah, Tony, obviously, because it still just gets better and better with her. All the stuff she comes out with, the way she's running up and down stairs, and her craziness is just unique. So yeah, she's
What did
good
she
as
say
that.
What did she say last night? You'll need a crowbar to pry these thighs open.
yes,
Yeah, you need a crowbar to pry these eyes open. Yeah.
Good Lord.
I love it. Like it's random, but it's funny. And also to that person
It's
that's
fucking filthy, and that's what I love about it. Her mind is
well, to
dirty.
that person on Facebook who said that Tony Storm is cringe. This one's for you, buddy. This one's for you, buddy. A lot of people disagreed in those comments.
100%.
Yeah.
And you're looking at 3 of them right now because
We're
God-
Tony fans.
God damn
Don't
it.
fuck with our girl, Tony. Fuck off.
Nicholas said it perfect. It gets better every week.
It's better every
Yeah.
week. Well, something that we wish would get better, and we wish we would have a rightful winner in this one. So we're going to move on over now to more women here. In the Owen Hart Cup Tournament Final, with the winner earning an AEW Women's World Championship match at All In, it is Jamie Hayter going one-on-one with the self-proclaimed Beyonce of professional wrestling, Mercedes Moné.
Oh, I wish you wouldn't have said that.
So here's my thing. And
I'm see this right now.
I
That
got
name.
I got something to say before we get into some Beyonce and Jay-Z, which, by the way, I know Bootylicious just turned 24 years old this week, but I don't think you're ready for this, Jelly. If Mercedes Moné is anything, she is definitely a bugaboo. You make me want to throw my pager out the window. Tell MCI to cut the phone poles. Break my lease so I can move because you're a bugaboo. I want to put your caller on the call block. Have AOL make my email stop because you a bugaboo. You're bugging what? You're bugging who? You're bugging me. Won't you say it ain't cool? Pow! So with that being said, a little jig there.
That's how we roll.
That's how we roll. Freaking put my number on the call block, goddammit. 99. Listen, I had Beyonce and Destiny's Child, the writings on the wall when I was a kid. Say my name, and bugaboo and bills. Can you pay my bills? Can you pay my telephone bills? And jumping, all that. But look, at this current time in society, you should not be comparing yourself to Beyonce. Don't do it. Don't do it.
No. If you said that years ago, fair play, yeah. But right now, I mean, I know she's doing her cowboy tour shit, whatever she's getting up to, but whatever. No. You don't want to compare yourself to someone whose name is going to be dragged through the mud pretty soon.
Well, you see, you even just made a Destiny's Child reference. Nicholas said no. And you say yeah. So
look, I don't hate Beyonce. I just
Jesus, we're old.
I know, right?
we're old.
So hold on. I remember when she was a bitch when friggin' the Say My Name music video came out, and LaToya and Lativia did not know that they were being replaced by Farrah and Michelle. That was a bitch move. I don't care what problems you had. You friggin' did those girls dirty. Just like they sang those vocals on that song, but they ain't in the video. And I even remember watching as an 8-year-old. I'm like, who are these two girls? I've never seen these two girls before in my life.
We were the same, but at the same time, this day and age and what's going on in the world right now, you do not want to compare your name with that. I mean, she's already touring, doing whatever, but she's playing hiding, so
to put it in the bluntest terms, folk, Mercedes Moné is about me, myself, and I. All my ladies, if you hear me, help me sing it out. So Mercedes Moné and Jamie Hayter. Oh God, Jamie Hayter got the better of her on Dynamite with that with the clothesline and the lariato there. What the hell does she call that move? The Haterade?
The Haterade, yeah.
Thank you. So with that being said, oh God, this pains me to say. Mercedes Moné, we're gonna get Mercedes Moné and Tony Storm at All In. It's a foregone conclusion. So with that being said, I'm going with M squared. Say her name. Mercedes Moné. Robert, Mercedes Moné or Jamie Hayter?
Yeah, that hurts to say. I mean, it hurts to hear, and it hurts to say Mercedes Moné because Mercedes, I love you.
Mercedes, I love you. You're a blessing to my company.
I'll pay you.
I'll pay you.
More money than you're worth.
Here it is, Mercedes. Yeah.
God damn it.
Oh,
There's not much I can say. I don't know what else to say. I guess for the fact that they let Jamie Hayter get this far into the tournament, thank you.
I'm happy about that.
Because Jamie is a former AEW champion and she deserves to have that shine. And I just hope the match is good.
Same. Okay, so Nicola, Mercedes Moné, or Jamie Hayter?
Jamie Hayter, because I'm not picking Mercedes. No thanks. You know what? Maybe Beyonce should text her and be friends with her for $100. How about that?
Oh, $100 a month. Yes.
You know what? That might be the first time Nicola actually picked a UK person first.
Yes.
Was it?
So. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It might be.
It might be. And the history of
No, because I think didn't I pick Will? Oh no, I was always slagging Will off because he can't talk properly. No, yeah, good point. So yeah,
we're gonna get to Bruv.
Jamie, 100%, Jamie.
We're gonna get to Bruv in a second, but I'm gonna count. Robert, has there been any matches left before we get into these next couple? Because we're almost done with the card.
I haven't seen any yet.
Okay, so we did. All right, so we're gonna move on to the Plunder from Down Under type of matchup that we're going to get now. And this is the annual Anarchy and the Arena match, as it is Kenny Omega, Swerve Strickland, Willow Nightingale, and the Ops, Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Katsuyori Shibata, against the Death Riders, Neo Knox Mox, and the rest of the Romper Stomper gang. John Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, Marina Shafir, who God forsaken is main eventing a pay-per-view in 2025, and Wheeler Yuta, aka Superhuman Jr., and the Young Bucks. Yeah, all right.
Young Bucks. They came back. Oh, I didn't predict that either.
Oh, God. So Gabe Kidd, who literally helped them out, is not even in this match. What? Like, why would Gabe Kidd be in this match? Like, I'm trying to figure that out. I really don't. I mean, unless he interferes and then we get the return of Eddie Kingston.
Yeah.
And Eddie Kingston.
Fucking awesome.
Well, because Eddie Kingston got taken out by Gabe Kidd, so to have Eddie Kingston chase off Gabe Kidd, that pop would be huge.
Continuity.
Thank you. So I love the participants. I really do, except for Marina Shafir and Wheeler Yuta. I look at it like this.
You don't know me.
Here's the thing. You got me agreeing with my girl Ella J, and I'm going to contradict myself on this. So when Ella J and I did the LFC podcast, mind you, Ella hates the Death Riders, much like we all do. And she's not feeling it. She goes, the only thing I really like about it is Marina Shafir. And I started thinking to myself, I'm like, holy shit, she's making sense. Because literally the only two people that they put strong in this whole entire faction was John Moxley and Marina Shafir. So I contradicted myself, and I'm like, she's got a point. I'm like, fuck. No. You made me start praising Marina Shafir. Damn you, Ella. So Marina Shafir, fine. This whole thing, it is what it is. It's going to lead to Eddie Kingston hopefully coming back and taking out Gabe Kidd. Moxley needs to take an L in this. I am tired of the chicanery. I'm tired of shenanigans. I am tired of Neo Knox Mox and the Romper Stopper Grand. So with that being said, I am going with Kenny Omega, Swerve, Willow, and the Ops over the Death Riders and the Bucks. And I see Willow Nightingale pinning Marina Shafir for the Team Swerve, Team Omega, however you want to classify them. Don't classify them as obsolete, though. Obsoleta. So, Robert, are you going with Kenny Omega, Ops, Willow Nightingale, and Swerve, or are you going with the Young Bucks and the Death Riders, a.k.a. Neo Knox Mox and the Romper Stopper Gang?
Well, let's go Team Omega. I think this match is going to be, to borrow one of your phrases, buck wild. Buck wild. And I think all the participants have definitely something to bring to the table here. Just as long as Swerve doesn't, take a hypodermic needle in the face again, I think we'll be all right. If nobody gets murdered, that would be a plus. But considering there hasn't been any homicide on an AEW pay-per-view in a while that I can remember, somebody's probably going to die. I mean, everybody dies. So,
to quote Justin Roberts, shit's about to hit the fan.
Yeah.
So, Nicola McDonald, are you going with Kenny Omega, Swerve, and the Ops and Willow Nightingale, or are you going with the Young Bucks and the Death Riders?
Well, the Omega. The Omegas. I'm going with them.
The Omegas? Yes. Okay.
Did I say it wrong? I probably did. I'll bring it
you're fine.
Down slowly.
Just go with Team Omega. You're fine. Because there's a lot
of
people.
I'm going with them. Yeah, I'm going with them.
So with that being said, y'all, and no more matches have been announced yet, that brings us to our main event of the evening, as it is the 2025 Men's Owen Hart Foundation Cup Tournament Final, with the winner earning an AEW World Heavyweight Championship match at All In. It is the Hangman Adam Page and his Cowboy.
Before we get to that,
Oh no, come on!
It's not a match. It's not a match. It's not a match, but it's kind of an explanation, which I guess makes sense for Kid not being involved in the match, because he does have a championship match against Yota Tsuji at Dominion. Okay. So that presents an injury risk. So I imagine he will be getting involved in some shape or form, which would lead for Eddie to come back, but that's why he's not part of the match. Okay. Because he'll probably get fucking killed.
Okay, you see, now that if we would have gotten that earlier, I would have been happy because nobody said anything. But now that Robert said it, thank you. That makes sense.
Well, Kid cut a promo on Collision, apparently, because Collision's on right now as we're recording this. So,
okay, fair enough. Thank you. And thank you, Gabe Kidd, bro. Tosser. So we'll move on to the main event. Will Ospreay and Hangman Adam Page, the Owen Hart Cup. It would be so poetic if you have the Hangman win and he beats Jon Moxley and the Cowboy wins the title in Texas. But Cope, I think that's not where we're going. And I think Bruv is going to win it. And I think we are going to get an eventual tag team match with Swerve and Hangman Page against the Young Bucks. So Swerve can get his revenge on the Young Bucks, and can they coexist, that being Swerve and Hangman? I think that's the direction we're going. I want it to be Hangman, and I don't see it being the Hanger, though. So I'm going with Bruv against Jon Moxley, because if you remember, Darby Allin, which, by the way, congratulations on climbing Mount Everest. Darby Allin, before he got thrown down the stairs by Neo, Knox, Mox, and the Romper Stomper gang, said to Will Ospreay, we need your help to fight against these guys. And he goes, Bruv, I'm going to win the tournament first, and then I'll help you. So, I mean, I could definitely see a thing where we're going to get Ospreay and Moxley, and then Darby's going to come back sooner. Well, how long does it take to fucking get down Mount Everest? What do you think, like a month and a half, we'll see Darby again?
It depends how long it took him to get up there for a start.
That is true. That's true.
He actually should be down the mountain by the end of the week.
Okay.
So
they should, but it depends on snow and shit that's going on while he's up there.
Well, they've had some pretty favorable weather. That's why they were able to get up to the summit faster than usual. But the original plan was to have him up and down before May 30th. So he already started coming down a couple of days ago. So I guess we'll see.
So yes, we shall see. And I will say this: I want it to be the Hanger and Banger, but I gotta go with the Bruv boy, Bruv. Sillet Bang, Bruv. I used to watch that commercial when I was a kid, Bruv.
Fucking Sillet Bang. Fuck off.
Hi, Mom.
Oh, hi, Mom. Hey, Mom. Hey, Mama Demon. Or she don't like being called that. I said, no, we can't call her Mama Demon. We already got the hired Mama Demon mother, so she's just Mum. Yeah, Mum crazy lady. There you go.
And
I'm seeing her next week, so I'll be showing her a few shows that she hasn't seen yet.
First, two things. Number one, tell her that we said hello, and y'all should say hello to the Mother Demon because she is awesome. We love you, Nicholas Mom. But also, number two, sit back, relax, and we're going to say it again because I said it in the show that's going to air next week. Y'all better have some cheesecake up in here. Better be some juniors, and you know what I'm saying, man. Get yourself some cheesecake, get some grub, and whatnot. No Astroglide. No, thank you.
No baby oil.
No baby oil, no Astroglide, no Diddy baby.
no Diddy baby. No Diddy.
No Diddy. Oh. Do you know what? I didn't answer her today. She did ring, but I knew what it was about because she's been texting me every day going, did you see what's been said? Did you see? And I'm like, you're such a fucking troll.
I did not blow up the car. I did not blow up that car. I did not.
Oh my god!
Blow up my car, man.
Oh, no. She might as well fucking be in the stands at this point. Seriously, but she's not. She's in the UK.
So Diddy aside, go way aside.
Fucking fuck off to the left, mate. Keep going.
Keep going. Walk your ass to Brooklyn and get your own cheesecake, fucker. I am going. I am going with Will Ospreay, bruv. But I want to be Hangman. Rob, Will Ospreay or Hangman?
God damn, this is gonna be a tough one because I am not a fan of when shows open up with promos, but that promo last night, God damn, that was great.
Passion.
It was fantastic. I believed the words that they were saying for a moment. So I think they both got a purpose to win this, but I think I'm going to go with the Bruv Man as well. I think that would be an ideal match, Mox and the Bruv at All In. So, yeah.
All right. Hot baby face Will Ospreay, Bruv, or Nicola? Are you that face? Are you going with Will Ospreay, Bruv? He's your people. Are you going with your people? Or are you going with Hangman Adam Page?
I'm going with my people because I saw what freaking Hangman Page did with that syringe in the mouth. So, no. Actually, I do still. And plus, Adam Page looks like an 80s porn star right now, so I don't know what's going on with that. But I'm going with my people.
We love the mustache.
We love the mustache. He does.
Yes, we love the mustache, but yeah.
He's got a very coiffed mustache, Rob. It's very coiffed.
Yeah, he does. He looks really good, but at the same time, yeah, Will's going to kick his ass because I don't trust him to do the rest. Yeah, I'm not forgiving him for that syringe thing. I never have. Yeah, and I know it's fake, but I'm still like,
So Hangman Page and his Smokey and the Bandit looking ass against Will Ospreay. I've got to say, man, bro, sell it, bang. I just picture friggin' Hangman Page and Smokey and the Bandit with Burt Reynolds and Sally Field and whatnot. Just, Boss Hog King there. Breaker 19, breaker. At the friggin' all right, I'm done. I'm done with that. I can't. I'm going to go somewhere else. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is your predictions, the double the predictions. And like we mentioned, Saturday night's main event is Saturday. John Cena, R-Truth, Punk and Sami Zayn against Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker, Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre in the cage, and main evented by the Yeet Man, Jey Uso and Logan Paul. Come on, Jay. Don't put the title on that fucker. So we will talk about
Go Jay.
Go Jay. So we'll talk
Fuck
about
you, Logan Paul. You shut
Fuck Logan. So we will talk about the aftermath about all of this next week. But we'll be back in 2 weeks as well, because in 2 weeks we are doubling the predictions again, as we will be predicting When Worlds Collide, NXT and AAA, as well as Money in the Bank. And I'm going to say this right now, since he held it on the Ariel Helwani show. Karrion Kross for Money in the Bank, please.
Yes,
I don't see any other way.
But we shall see. And I will say this to close. IWC, more big Fs, because I'm going to say stop the hate on Jey Uso. Stop the hate on Damian Priest. Stop the hate on Mommy, because she's going to be in Money in the Bank. Stop the hate on Mommy. As well, stop the hate on LA Knight. Yeah. Did you see what they said about LA Knight now?
No, what did they say about LA Knight?
Oh, LA Knight can't wrestle. What? What?
You remember going in when they've got shitheads like Logan Paul in that ring? I'm sorry, what the fuck?
LA Knight, that boy.
Who are you?
Whatever. I don't get these people. Oh.
Actually, I can't say nothing.
If anybody from Max is watching, give 10 points on the bell and board to the IWC.
IWC. Fucking dumbass IWC with their shit.
Yeah.
Also, as well, speedy recovery to Zoe Stark. God almighty, that
looks painful.
And it's the same leg that she had surgery on, which is even more heartbreaking.
That's yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Zoe Stark, speedy recovery. I know you're going to be out for the rest of 2025, but he'll get back in the ring soon. We love you, Zoe Stark. That's all I'm going to say.
We do.
We love you, Zoe. And we love each and every one of you, even though a lot of these people out there can be a bunch of fuckers and censor us on TikTok. We cannot be tamed like a Miley Cyrus track.
Good luck trying to tame this one. They tried. It doesn't work. You can't tame a demon.
So next week our episode will be out of the Brock Lesnar Jeff Hardy Backlash 02 watch along, and in our next watch along series we will be looking back at Samoa Joe and Kenta Kobashi and more predictions. We got a lot of stuff coming from this channel. We appreciate each and every one of you. So Roberto, as I will put the updated Blue Sky as well, Blue Skies, in the description of this. Where can we follow us on socials and your social medias? Go ahead, Roberto Davis. Bang.
So if you enjoy watching this show as much as we enjoy making it, because we absolutely do enjoy making these episodes for consumption purposes, follow us on Linktree/BlackHeartsEBD3. That stands for Everybody Dies. All of our social medias there are Facebook, our Instagram, not our TikTok, or not our Twitter, because fuck Elon. Our TikTok is there while we still have
Sort
it.
of, maybe.
I'm not apologizing for that. I already did.
As you shouldn't. The blue sky is there as well. So
I need to get me one of them.
if you want to support us, throw us a follow. Tell your friends. Tell your mom. We tell Nicola's mom every week. So enjoy that. If you want to follow me on social media, Linktree/HeyOnRob. We're definitely getting into some content now. A lot of music. If you're a fan of metal music, if you're a fan of any music in general, follow me on my YouTube page, because I know Mike's going to stare into the abyss. Or no, we don't stare into the abyss. We stare into the void. We scream into the abyss. If I don't mention it, over on the Max Wrestling YouTube page, follow us. Kicking it with the TSK. Me and my good brothers, Harold, the big El Jefe Moses, the one and only DC, and our guy Kyle, which I know you're not going to watch this, but happy birthday, asshole!
Happy birthday, Papa! Happy birthday, asshole!
Birthday,
Fuck
Kyle.
you!
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Kyle.
But check us out over on the Max Wrestling YouTube page. Kicking it with the TSK. We'll have a review of this show that we did predictions for here over there. So yeah, enjoy.
Before anybody says anything, the fact that I'm doing the drinking notion, Daniel Crimmins is our friend, and he knows.
Hey, Dan.
Hi, Dan.
Hi, Dan.
So he knows his alcoholism, and he's okay with it. So anyway, I digress. So, Nicola, it's a joke, people. He's our buddy, but he drinks. He enjoys him.
We love him, and you know what? We say some more stupid shit.
So, Nicola, where can we follow you on the social media, sunshine?
Well, I don't even know. You're kidding. Nicola Mac 853, even though we don't do Twitter anymore, so fuck you, Twitter. Fuck you, Elon. Demon Esther on Instagram. My other one will be on. I still haven't learned it. I need to learn it, but it'll be down in the description, whatever. Don't come and find me because everybody dies. Black Hearts Rise. But if you want to check out anything Demoness is doing, go over to Max Wrestling, and like we said, the piggy's still squealing and still burning. And by the next time we do another show, I'll be another year older. So yeah, I'll be up there in the other. I'll be up in the other naughty 40 squad.
You're literally like the Rugrats, all grown up. Another year older, another year wiser, all grown up. I really want to shout it.
It does suck though that I'm still on crutches right now. Or one. I've moved. I can now, hopefully, in the next couple of weeks, I won't have none, and I'll be back to walking normally.
That is a plus.
You're not rushing back to work anytime soon, no.
Ooh. But I will say speedy recovery to you, and heal up Maine. And y'all, if you want to check out yours truly, it's SM Show 1 or MCL92 on the
Uh-oh. Rob's smiling, something's going on. He's put another match up on it.
Match? Oh, fuck this. What's the match?
He didn't disappoint us.
Uh,
So this match is on the buy-in.
okay.
Anna Jay and Harley Cameron against Megan Vane and Penelope Ford.
That does not shock me. So, all right. So, Anna Jay and her fat ass with a PH, by the way. Anna Jay and her fat ass. That's what she said. All right. Look, first of all, she's got a nice badonkadonk. Let's put that to the forefront. All right. Bootylicious. It's not Stitch's booty like Tony Storm, but it's bootylicious.
Shout out to you, Jungie.
Shout out to you, Jungie.
Oh, you little legend. You little legend. That's brilliant.
Fat with a PH? What? Come on. So Anna Jay with her fat ass with a PH, and Harley Cameron against Megan Vane and Penelope Ford. So Megan Vane goes from going against Tony Storm, coming this close to winning the women's championship, and we don't follow through with a rematch or nothing. That was just it for Megan Vane and the women's world title. Now she's been in this feud on Collision with Anna Jay, and Harley Cameron is helping out her girl. They are now a tag team after first Harley Cameron was with Beast Mortos in the Harley Graham thing, but now she's over here with her girl Anna Jay looking fly, no lie. And now we got Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford, who have been attached to the hip since Megan Bayne came to AEW, just because I love them so much. And I want to say this once more to make Nico laugh. My pick for this tag team match is Anna Jay and her fat ass with a PH and Harley Cameron take out Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford. So, Nicola, are you going with Anna Jay and her fat ass with a PH and Harley Cameron, or Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford? Who are you going with?
This is the way you said it. Oh, that's brilliant. That's so funny. What? Which one was the what?
So are you going with Anna Jay and Harley Cameron or Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford?
I don't know. Neither.
If you had to pick one, come on, Nick.
Anna Jay and
Yes.
Yes.
there we go. Yeah, I love how you two both went. Yes, that's the right one, Nicola. Yes, that's a great.
So, Roberto, are you going with fat ass with a PH, Anna Jay,
Ah.
and Harley Cameron, or Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford? It's not
That
going to
made
go.
me cry.
Well, no, you know where I got that from, right? Bray Wyatt, when he was doing the Firefly Funhouse in the Muscle Man dance. He says, and you could be fat with a PH.
PH.
God rest his soul. So,
Yeah, look, my Firefly lies are always a light.
I see you. Okay. So, are you going with fat ass Anna and Harley Cameron, Robert, or are you going with Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford?
I just want to do the Muscle Man dance.
Hell yeah.
But I got to go Anna Jay and Harley Cameron. It's been fun. They've been doing fun things.
Did you see them doing the dance? And they're like,
I did. I did. It was fun.
Yeah.
They went to Coachella together. It's
Coachella, wow, that's we'll talk about that after.
it's been fun. They're doing fun things. It's entertaining. I like it.
Now, is that the last match that they add before I close this doggone show out?
Knowing we know what's about to happen. I need to stack the pre-show. 0 hour, 8 matches.
You know what?
Sammy, come suck my dick.
You know what? 6.
6.
I don't even know anymore. Oh God, hold on. I'm gonna check myself just because. All right. Did we add anything else?
That's true because this match got added. Wait a minute.
Oh, praise God. I just looked. We can end the show. So with that being said, you can check me out on social media at SF Show, FCL92 on the Twitter, StephenMikeShow.com, LFCFights.com. The YouTube is S&M Network Shows. We are at over 1.26 subscribers. Keep it up, baby. We going up there on the up and up. Let's go. You can check out Diva to the Heart of Wrestling, Uncaged with my boy Daniel Crimmins, the weekly review with Dan and Paul, Steve and I. Hi, Steve. No ICP here. The Steve and Mike Show, the Pop Culture History Podcast, IceNet Pod, Golden Age of Everything, and On the Mic with Mike, the LFC Podcast, and so much more. Instagram is MLarkinMB and Larkin_92 on Instagram, and I'm on Blue Sky, but I still have no idea what the hell my handle is, but I'll let you know once I do. So with that being said, for Nicola McDonald, for Robert Davis, my name is Mike Larkin. Thank you for listening. Always remember, PH for fat, and number 2, we give you predictions. We give you double the predictions. And then you know where we go? I'll tell you where we go. To the yacht!